Thank you for joining, Master Wong. Please could you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hi there, it's Master Wong here. I'm from half Vietnamese, half Chinese, and I'm doing the stuff on YouTube. You probably see some of my video, interesting and funny.
So you teach a lot about self-defense. Have you ever been in a situation where you've had to use those skills?
Oh yes, many different situations when I'm a little bit younger. So I'm about 50 now. So when I'm younger, I involve into gangs and called Chinese triad. You know, heard of triad?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but most of the stuff we use onto that time is slightly different because all involved in weapon, very little of hand-to-hand. Think about it, when you involve into the self-defense, into different situation, it's all about awareness. And if you're surrounding and awareness, you understand what is it, you're more likely to get away.
What would you say is your most famous clip?
Famous clip must be one of the Destroy the Boxer, I think. So a lot of people misunderstand this sort of thing. They're thinking like, I'm doing this video to destroy the boxer. No, because a lot of time when you're in any form of self-defense, they're always box. Don't use any martial art on it, like kung fu style. They don't do that. So they're more likely punch.
What would you say makes yourself different than other self-defense instructors?
Not say different. I like to have fun. You see, watch my video, you know, I like to have fun and have a laugh as well as learning. To doing martial art or to any form of self-defense, it's very different because they are not in person. When you're not in person, you don't feel them. So what I'm doing is I have a little bit of fun and interesting, so make you learning and engage a bit more better. Teaching and entertaining, they combine them both together to get you engaged.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a good style, definitely to do, add a bit of character into what you're doing.
Yeah, because if otherwise, too boring, you know?
What could we see you doing in the future?
I'm moving toward a lot to coaching, get your mind in the right place, because I find I'm 50 odd years old now. So in this part of my life, I try to educate people more into the minds, because in this world we live in now, it's chaos everywhere. It's so many things happening. You don't know today, you live in tomorrow, you might dead day. Many people get stabbed and get killed. It's because they say the wrong thing or they didn't understand about their ability or don't know anything like that. So when they get in a confrontation, that's when they get hurt. And we don't want that.
Have you heard about all these YouTube boxing events and things which have been going on?
Yeah.
So could we ever see Master Wong take to the ring in one of these influencer events?
This is not one of my things. It's nothing there to prove, and it's nothing there to show people that if I go in the ring, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna change anybody's life. No, it is no ego. I don't have any. You know, you want to educate people to learn, to understand things. This is not one of my agenda.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, some people want to do it for the money, other people want to do it
for
fame, but
because many people, I got so many offers, so many people ring me up, and so many people are working with and teaching them. And this is not one of your things. You go in there to doing what? It's nothing will change, you know.
We'll talk about this for a bit before we did the interview about self-defense teachers, and a popular one apart from you is Detroit Urban Survival, and they teach different ways to disarm somebody with like a gun or a knife or something. But what would you say your take on it is?
It's different situation. It's always depends. Don't create problem for yourself, because the problem is when you get yourself in the shit, that means end up in hospital, your mom and dad or the loved one will be sad. You're dead. Nobody cares. Kick you to the curb, put you down the grave and bury you. You're done because you're don't worth anything. You're dead. Nobody remember you. So think first before you do anything. So ego is very important. What about I can't? Fucking if you can't, you're fucked. You're dead. So the best thing to do, pray to God. That's one thing. Second, prepare for unexpected. You only have one life. Only one. You made this mistake, you will go into the fucking coffin. That means nobody gonna open, your mom not gonna open you up and try to drag you out and say, son, why are you so fucking stupid? It's too late. You're flipping fucking done.
I think the best thing to do sometimes is just to run away from it, you know. People say like, oh, you might look like a pussy or whatever, but if that's what you gotta do to survive, then...
Do you know that when you do make mistake, you knock about your friend around, you got no motherfucking friend. When you're in hospital, no friend gonna visit you at all, okay? So remember that. The problem is, it's not about ego or not, okay? It's make sure it's survival. Any form of self-defense, safety of yourself must come first. Because every time I walk out the door, I always prepare for war because you expect it's going to happen. Depend where you are going.
Do you have any memorable moments you want to share with us while filming your self-defense videos? Like any funny
Oh,
moments?
it's funny. A lot of time we just see I film outside, yeah, because I like to get into the environment. Because film outside is difficult because a lot of people around you, and while you're doing some bam, 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 and people look back and say, "What the hell going on?" It's a surprise. I filming some self-defense on the car. Somebody in the car tried to carjack me, and then I go out of the car, beat the hell out of them. So somebody in there over looked at me and said, "Man, this shit is not gonna work. You know, this shit is not gonna work. And your headlock is stuck too weak. It's not gonna work." So he come along, and then he said, "Can I join them?" Then he come along, and I put in for them because it's called pain compliance. What I try to say, pain compliance is when you grapple, you're using your hand and grabbing somebody fresh on their body. You know, grab very tight, and then try to rip and tear the skin off. But when they apply them into that nut, you know, the nut, grab them hard, tears them off. This guy is like fucking, oh man, tear come out the eye because he's so surprised. Tear come out the eye and stuff like that. And that's so funny. And he said to me, "Is it necessary you're going to do that hard?" I said, "If I don't fucking do that hard, you're going to telling me it's not going to work. So I'm going to rip your fucking nut off." So grab them, rip them off like that. Yeah. Oh man, that's a fucking, everybody laughing and stuff like that. And he just grab his nut and then hopping around. That's so funny. That's one of my funny moments.
You've released a book. Could you explain about what the book's about and where we can buy it?
So I got 3 books now. So first book is about my life story. People watch me on YouTube that really want to know about my childhood. Read my little book called Little Dragon. That will give you the idea where I come from. Okay? It's all go back to your childhood. Remember, anything happen, I'm 50 odd now. So if I'm act like this, I'm the way I am. Look at my childhood. The second book I write is called The Event That Changing Everything. It's about mentorship, helping the boy get in trouble or bully. Okay, get in trouble or bully. So I'm teaching them to guide them along, to helping them to understand about combat. I understand that self-defense. That's called the Event That Changed Everything. And then the other book come out from the event. If you read the event, you finish the book, then you see the boy in there go back and teaching another boy to recycle and helping another bully, the younger one. It's called Waking the Warrior. Go to my website, masterwong.tv. They've got all the information there for you and helping you to understand more about me.
What would you be happy with in 20 years' time?
20-year time. So that means I'm 50, 60, 70. Man, I'm getting good with a stick now, huh? Yeah. No stick for me. A school in different part of the country, but not in just martial art. It's all to do with the whole body. Yeah, the whole. So dealing with the mind, body, and spirit. We don't finish here. When you're dead, you're not finished. If you know where you're going, you're going to be prepared for your next journey. And all the experience I learned from this journey here, this will take me to the next journey to become prepared and ready. Okay, and that's what it's all about.
Who was your role model growing up?
I think it's the Bruce Lee is one of my role models. You know, when you see Bruce Lee, when you see him, some of the old films that he going in and when especially fight with Japanese and one small Chinese, you know, because you got to remember, if you read my book, you see, I get bullied when I came to UK. I get kicked out of school when I'm 14. I get involved in gangs when I'm 15, 16 to when I'm 25, 30, you know. So because of this, if you're not strong and you haven't got a role model or somebody you're believing into, okay, and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to be successful and able to be strong enough to do that. So yeah, Bruce Lee is one of my really helping me a lot on my journey. It's a philosophy that he teach you. Empty your cup before you take my fucking tea. What he trying to say to you? Just say to you, when you learn something, you need to pour the shit out of your cup before you're going to drink my tea. Otherwise, you mix your tea with my tea. Now what happened is you think you got your own tea. It tastes good because it tastes different. No, it's shit. Pour them away. And then now your cup is nice and clean. So now you can have a nice, clean tea and then you can taste it.
To the final question. This is the to be frank question. So you have to be honest with this one. So who do you think is the best martial artist of all time?
Best martial artist? I think it's got to nobody. It's got to be Bruce Lee. It's got to be Bruce Lee. It's no one else's. Because it's not just he's the best of what is it? He's the best of himself in that time. It have to be Bruce Lee. No one else is.